Hello you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time here, you're watching Booked on Charity. In today's video, as you would have seen in the title, I am doing a bit of a book haul, and I've got about 24 books to haul for you guys. I didn't even realize I did this much damage until I was pulling all the books out. It's crazy. But I also have two books that I received from Wordsworth that I haven't shared on my YouTube yet, as well as a nice stack of books that Jonathan Ball sent my way. So let's get into this video. Firstly, from Wordsworth Books, they sent me A Deadly Education, and this is by Naomi Novik. This is the first book in the Scholomance series, so yeah, looking forward to reading this one. It's quite a short one, so I want to prioritize it to read it soon. I already have my August TBR set up. If you've seen my August TBR video, aka my magical readathon TBR, you would see that I've already selected my books, but I'm thinking of adding this one in my September reads, and I'm looking forward to it, especially because I already have book 2 as well, so ready to go. And then they also sent me this arc of God's Killer, and this is by Hannah Kenner, and it still baffles my mind that this is an arc because it is so pretty. It is so pretty. But as you can see, I've got a bookmark in here because I am currently reading this book. I did start it during the reading sprints, which were 2 weeks ago, but I've had a bad 2 weeks. Past 2 weeks I did not read anything. All I did was rewatch The Vampire Diaries on Netflix, and that has rocked my soul for those 2 weeks, and I feel like that's exactly what I needed. But I am ready to get back into reading. I am still watching it, but I'm trying to now separate some time for reading. So yeah, I'm currently on page 175 of this one. It's following 4 characters, but one of them is a god killer who, when she was like 9 or 10, people in her village killed her family for a specific god, and from there on she was an orphan, traveled with some people, got trained, and became a god killer. And in killing gods, she was killing gods for money, and these are gods that are causing problems amongst the human race. And then one day she stumbles upon a god that she cannot kill, so we're following the story to see the who, in terms of who this god is, and the why. And there's 3 other characters that we are following. So we follow a person who used to be a knight and has retired, but goes on this one last mission to help a friend. And then we follow a young girl who I can't even say what's happening with her, but she needs the help of the god killer and goes searching for her. And then we also follow a perspective of a god. So the writing is not the easiest to get through, but I'm still interested in the story to figure out how it ends. So yeah, I'm still continuing with this one. Hopefully I can finish it by the end of this weekend. And then next to me, I've got some books that were sent to me by the people at Jonathan Ball Publishers. I was so shocked when I saw those 2 giant packages. I was just like, what? Is it Christmas? But yeah, firstly, I've got an arc, and this book was released on the 20th of July, and it was on my anticipated releases, and it's called The List, and this is by Yomi Adegoke, right? And I just want to get the premise of this book because when I read it, it sounded interesting to me. So it says Ola Olajide, a celebrated journalist at WOM XXXN magazine, I don't know how to say that, is set to marry the love of her life in 1 month's time. Young, beautiful, and successful, she and her fiance Michael are considered the couple goals of her social media network and seem to have it all. That is until one morning when they both wake up to the same message. Oh my god, have you seen the list? It began as a crowdsourced collection of names and somehow morphed into an anonymous account posting allegations on social media. Ola would usually be the first to support such a list. She'd retweet a call for men to be fired, write article after article, except this time Michael's name is on it. Compulsively readable, widely entertaining, and filled with sharp social insight, the list is a piercing and dazzlingly clear-sighted debut about secrets, lies, and the internet. Perfect for fans of Such a Fun Age, Luster, and My Dark Vanessa. This is a searing portrait of these modern times and our morally complicated online culture. I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, so this is the first book they sent me, and then I've got another arc, and this one is called Don't Swipe Right, and this is by L.M. Chilton. This is kind of like a romance thriller, I think, from what I could gather. It says finding true love can be murder. Reeling from a disastrous breakup with her long-term boyfriend, Gwen Turner is on a mission to move on as fast as possible. The only problem? Each man she meets on a new dating app connector is even more toxic than the last. Luckily for Gwen, she can simply swipe left to find new romantic potential and never have to think about men again. That is until she matches with a serial killer who is intent on murdering all the men she's previously dated. As Gwen tracks on the terrible dates in an attempt to catch the killer, she will realize that anyone could be the murderer. She just hasn't found the right one yet. Okay, this sounds like it's gonna be nice. It's also a short one, so should be like a relatively quick read. And then I've got another short one, and this is called This Is the Way the World Ends, and this is by Jen Wilder, and this says it's fans of One of Us is Lying, which is why I requested it. Fans for One of Us is Lying are cordially invited to spend one fateful night surviving an elite private school's masquerade ball. A thrilling tale about privilege, power, and the different routes our future may take depending on who has the controls. This is Vincent Rolfe, the author of Lock the Doors, who said this. Looking forward to this. I also like that it's a short one. It's like 260 pages or so, and the wording is quite large on the page. So this is a YA thriller. And then a book that I'm really excited for is by Sophie Kitsch, and this is called Morgan Is My Name, and the Times says it's enthralling, the start of what would be a classic trilogy. It's even a trilogy. I didn't even know that. It says, my name is Morgan, I said, and there aren't enough words for all that I am. It says an atmospheric feminist retelling of the early life of famed villainess Morgan Le Fay. That is the opener to a trilogy of novels set against the colorful chivalric backdrop of what will become King Arthur's court. Like, I've got so many books right now that has some Arthurian legend retelling, whatnot. Like, I should probably do a reading vlog regarding with all these books, but yeah, I am excited to pick up this one. And then I have got a thriller. This is by Karen Slaughter. It says, after that night, one night can change your life forever. After that night, nothing was ever the same again, and it seems the past isn't going to stay buried forever. I'm not gonna read anymore. This is a thriller. Like, I don't need to know what's in here. I don't need to know what the premise is. But looking forward to this one. This one is a long one. It's about 400 pages. Karen Slaughter is well known. I haven't read anything from Karen Slaughter, but there's like, apparently she can tend to be dark. But we'll see. We'll see if I enjoy this one. It says the new Will Trent thriller. So I'm reading up here. So Will Trent is a new TV series that I saw on Disney Plus. I saw that it's available on Disney Plus. I haven't watched it, but yeah, I don't know. Is this Is this like the book version of it? I don't know. And then there's one book that sounded interesting to me, and I didn't think it was this big. It's called Cult. Sorry for the glare. So it's called Cult, and this is by Camilla Lackberg and Henrik Fezjus. Oh, I'm so sorry. They thought it was a simple kidnapping. They were wrong. A kidnapped boy, a young boy, is snatched in broad daylight outside his nursery. Nobody in charge sees a thing, but the other children say a woman is the culprit. A shocking death. Detective Mina Dabiri calls on her close friend Vincent to untangle the puzzle that surrounds the kidnapped boy. As he finds the link between the boy and the others who have gone missing, it becomes clear that time is running out for everybody involved. A looming threat. Meanwhile, Mina's strangled daughter gets caught up in the secretive world of Epicura, a shadowy organization that claims to be the center of leadership development. Can Mina protect her child, a child who doesn't even know she exists? But yeah, the premise of this one sounded interesting to me, and I'm looking forward to reading this one. The final book that they sent me is For You and You Only. This is by Caroline Kettners, who is the best-selling author of You. Also, You is a very popular TV series on Netflix that I love so much. I love it so much. I read book one, or listened to book one, and I really liked it. But when I listened to book two, I didn't really like book two. I preferred the TV series, so I stopped listening to the books. But I feel like these are the events after the very latest series. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to this one. I don't even want to read the back, because yeah, I don't even want to read the back unless this has. No, I think this is the fourth book, so this is the fourth season. But I don't recognize the names on the synopsis, and it's fine. I'm gonna leave it at that. So that was all the books from Jonathan Ball Publishers. Whew. Now, for these stacks over here, this is all me. I don't even know where to start. First of all, I've got Moon Witch Spider King by Marlon James, and this is volume 2 of the Dark Star trilogy. I still have to read book 1, but I'm glad that I've got book 2 already, and I can read the series and be on track with it. The second book I've got is The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik, which is book 2 in the Scholarman's series, and looking forward to starting the series. Book 3 is already out, The Golden Enclave or something like that, and looking forward to grabbing that as well. And then also a new series that I really want to get into is Leviathan Wigs, which is book 1. The series is called The Expanse series, and this is by James S.A. Corey. I am looking forward to this. Apparently it's epic. There is a a Prime original series on Prime that you can watch. I do not have Prime, but yeah, looking forward to reading this series. I am picking this book up in August for Magical Readathon, so looking forward to it. And then a book that was brought to me by my husband, a book that I've been looking forward to for a very long time, is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I have heard good things about this book. I already love this author. I read one book from one trilogy and I'm already in love, so I've heard good things about this specific series as well. Book 2 is out as well, so looking forward to collecting that as well. And then because I'm heavy in my sci-fi era right now, I'm collecting sci-fi books that I really want to read. I've got Age of Ash by Daniel Abraham. Daniel Abraham is actually the co-author of the Expanse series, so they don't mention him on the book by name, but I guess he's got some contributions, unless this is a different series they're talking about. But yeah, looking forward to reading Age of Ash. Another book that I am really interested in and is also on my magical TBR is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. I heard amazing things about this book. I read the synopsis and it's pretty good, and looking forward to reading it. So look forward to my weekly reading vlogs where you will hear my thoughts on these books. Another book that I found, and I found it in hardcover, and I was just like, what is another one that was on my to read list, and it's called The Keeper of Night, and this is by Kylie Lee Baker, and this looks pretty good. At the back it says, I am too dangerous to let live longer. It is written in the book of Anku, decreed by the High Reaper himself. Death will come to find me, but I will no longer be there. Guys, I hope it's epic. I am looking forward to reading this one pretty soon. And then I got a second book in a series that I have not read yet because it was on sale, and I still need to get book 1, and that is the Betrayals, and this is by Bridget Collins. Guys, I don't even know what this book is now. I don't know what it's about, but when I saw the binding and I'm like, this sounds good, and I think I read the synopsis of the binding before, but I'm like, this sounds it looks beautiful, number one, and it sounds really interesting to me. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Can't remove that sticker right there, but that's the binding, and it seems to be popular. And then I have A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. I must say, when I picked this up, I already actually read this book, and I have a different cover of it. But when I saw this, my mind got confused because I think I read it 2 years ago. My mind got confused, and I thought, oh, this is book 2, but it's not book 2 because book 2 is called A Queen of Gilded Thorns. But I guess whenever I get to that, they'll match, and it will be a good reason for me to reread because my copy, I don't have it with me anymore. My cousin has it. She borrowed it, didn't return it yet, so it's fine. She can keep it. And then I've got People Person. This is by Candace Cardi Williams. This is the same author of Queenie. Queenie was okay for me. Like, the problematic main character is a trope that I hate. I hate that trope, but I loved the ending of Queenie because I loved that Queenie was trying to do better for herself, and she actually has learned something out of her whole experience. So I appreciated that about the book, and I think I gave it like a 3.5. I think I might have given it like a 3.5 star rating. So this is the recent release. I don't even know what it's about. It was on sale and I grabbed it. Another book that I'm excited for, but is also like a book 3 in a series, also sci-fi, that I'm looking forward to getting into, is Cyclonic, and this is by Brandon Sanderson. Looking forward to gathering the rest of the books in the Skyward series, and yeah, reading that. So book 1 is called Skyward, book 2 is called Starsight. So I don't even need to introduce Brandon Sanderson to you guys. Like, he's popular, and this is why I'm also trying to get into his books, because I keep hearing amazing things about his body of work. And then another book that was on my anticipated releases for last year, 2022, but I've been seeing it around the YouTube streets, mainly from the YouTubers that I watch that read a lot of fantasy, and that is The Justice of Kings, and this is by Richard Swan. Looking forward to reading this one. I am thinking like Game of Thrones-esque epic type fantasy, so looking forward to picking this one up. Another book that I bought, which is book 3 in the series. Guys, these sales would be the death of me. what is the name of the series? Let me first check. So it's called the Imperium Trilogy, and this is by Claire Legrand, and book 3 is Lightbringer. Book 1 is Furyborn, and then book 2 is King's Bane. And I've heard good things about this series in this trilogy. Also, this is the last one in this trilogy, so looking forward to picking up book 1 and 2 and reading those as well. And then another one that I've been looking forward to reading, that I even downloaded an app so that I can read the ebook, because the physical was so expensive, but actually it was even cheap here. Oh, it was cheap in Gaborone. Okay. But yeah, I got this for a steal, and I was like, never would I leave this book. And this is this graphic novel called Olympus, and this is volume 1 by Rachel Smith. This was first on Webtoon, which is where I was reading it, and it's a retelling of Persephone, and looking forward to this one. This is kind of like what the graphics look like. I'm like heavy into my graphic novel and manga era as well, so I am collecting, and if I can find steals, I will find steals. And there was also a lot of manga, but it's not the manga that I am currently reading, or even the volumes that I could be looking for, so it didn't make sense. The last book that I have is also a sequel. It's the second book in, I don't know if it has a name or not, they're not telling us, but the first book is called Nocturna, and this is book 2, which is called Occult. I've been looking at these books for a very, very long time, and for some, like, I don't even know what they're about again, but for some reason they just make me want to pick them up and read them. But at the bottom here it says, a thief made a lord, a prince made a villain, a deadly game for power. Okay, political intrigue. But yeah, that sounds good, and that is my book haul. I'm probably receiving more books in the next 2 weeks, but I thought I've already gotten such a big stack right now, let me just, you know, do this book haul so that it doesn't overwhelm me, and then I can actually find space to put all these books on the shelves. I've rearranged my shelves, kind of like color coded them, but I don't have space. I don't know where to put these 24 books. I have no idea. Yeah, if you've made it this far in this video, leave me a book stack emoji, and remember to like this video if you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Share this video with your friends and family. Hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time I upload a video. If you guys see a lot of content from me, you know that I am okay, feeling okay. If you see that I'm not uploading, then you know that I'm not doing great, and I'm somebody who typically is not productive when I am not okay, and I don't like to force myself to put out content when I'm emotionally not alright. So yeah, I feel much better right now. I'm recording the content. I need to sit down and edit all of my content. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you read any of the books down below and what your thoughts were on them, and until my next video, bye.